the question of cheap imports, whether it's from Mexico or from China, has hung over the American labor movement since the 1990s, when a combination of centrist Democrats and Republicans forced through NAFTA in the early 1990s, and then the Clinton administration midwifed China into the WTO. And from the point of view of the American labor movement, this delivered a double shock to the demand for relatively unskilled, relatively low-wage labor in American manufacturing. And there's no doubt, I think, an agreement amongst a large group of economists that there was a substantial China shock to the US manufacturing economy. We also, however, I think, agree that that largely happened in the early 2000s. So insofar as there is some sort of payback from an escalation of a trade war and tariffs between the United States and China in 10 years afterwards, it comes really too late, probably, to do much good for the American working class, for American industrial workers. By this time, Chinese wages have adjusted to a much higher level. The yuan has appreciated to a much less competitive level than it was in the early 2000s. There has been substantial adjustment on both sides, and it's very difficult to see how American manufacturing could come back and be restored to the kind of levels that prevailed in the late 1990s. Because apart from the Sino-American interaction, of course, there were much broader trends of technology which seemed to spell a future of automation for manufacturing across the world, including in China.